Hello and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 239 for the week of September 30th. I'm Alca7raz and joining me is Nemesis.
Hey there.
So how about that Bowsette?
Still going strong.
Still going. Holy
With new
crap.
friends now, too.
Yes. And of course we've ponified it in multiple ways.
Multiple ways.
Multiple ways, because that's what we do.
Monday was the plushie showed up?
Oh yes, that was... Wow, that was fast. Plushie makers are impressing me just how quickly they can do that.
And then Nintendo's like, oh, we already did that.
Yes, and it turns out they did.
Uh-oh. And then the other thing, which is anyone that's someone trying to ruin the party, you only get 10 coins. If you're not Toadette, you get 10 coins. No. I reject your reality.
No. It's great. It's great. Anyway, as much as we could probably talk about Bowsette, that's not what we're going to talk about. We do got some actual pony stuff to talk about. We've got some news, though. Again, it's a very short amount of news to talk about. We got a couple things, discussion things to talk about. We've got a comic, and we've got the newly US aired episode for this week as well, and a little bit of fan content to top everything off. So let's get started with the news. If you would like to follow along, you can find all of our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's spelled LIBSYN. So go there, click the link to this episode, and let's get to this. In convention news, we got one thing, and it's big. So yes, last week we had a bit of a discussion about the incident with Everfree Northwest. I'm not going to go over that because we already did, over the details of what happened then. Wednesday of this week, they posted their first
official statement.
First official statement, I'll say, not really a response. And it
didn't go over well.
It did not go over well. It was, as they said later with all of their replies, it was not intended to be like an apology. It was more supposedly supposed to be like a clarification statement of what happened.
Not very good clarification.
It was not a very good clarification statement.
In fact, it muddied things because it kind of had a lot of misinformation within the statement. I noticed that.
Yeah, it read basically like a list of excuses.
Yep. It's not our
passing
fault.
Off the blame.
Might as well have said the devil made me do it. Would have been just as effective.
It kind of felt like they were trying to brush things under the rug. Very quickly, though, in their replies, they were apologizing for that one.
Although some of those apologies, most of them actually were pretty much, as someone pointed out, almost identical. And not only that, it kind of the way they phrased it was not great because we're sorry you feel that way.
Yes, I saw that, but I think the amount of replies that they were trying to get through, they're going to sound the same.
But
I think,
that's not the problem. Is sometimes
I'm sorry you feel that way.
That is a not great apology.
It is not a great apology, but I think in this case it's just poor wording, and it wasn't
poor wording probably, but
like
still
that. And I think a lot of people getting super upset over that are. It started to feel in some cases.
The thing was, they was pointing out the wording was bad, and they kept going with that wording anyway.
I think that's because they're trying to hit all of those replies.
The thing is, all they did is make one minor change to the wording and work a lot better.
Yeah,
we're sorry we made you feel that way.
Again, I think they were just under a huge amount of stress.
And it should have been.
It could have been
especially
better,
since they had a week to figure out how they wanted to do this.
Yes, it could have gone a lot better. But also, I'm not going to start trying to find issues because it does feel like there's certain individuals I was seeing that really looked like they were just trying to find problems with it, which is like, no.
Yeah, that first statement.
That first statement did not go over well. However, the day after, I believe it was the next day.
Yeah, it was the next day.
It was the next day. They did release a formal apology from Kyle.
Mm-hmm, finally.
Yes. Later than it should have been, but
yeah, some of part of the problem with the first statement was some of it was kind of vague. Like, what? Some people were actually confused with what they're actually trying to say. I remember that.
I wasn't confused.
I mean, particularly the what was it? There was beyond just shifting blame to everyone but themselves was a big one. There was people were confused about the banning thing because it was kind of a muddy. The muddy wording was really muddy about whether or not people were actually banned or not.
The apology letter said basically
Not the apology.
The first one was
and then the other thing was one of the sentences in the first statement grouped people who raised issues with Everfree and Kyle on that last week were grouped with people who were saying pretty nasty things in like DMs and stuff.
Yeah,
it made it sound like people like the vendors and stuff were saying anti-Semitic things and whatnot. It's like that's not what happened at all.
Yeah, I think that first one it was just bad.
Yeah, it was a really bad
it was
statement.
Really bad.
I even called him out on it.
Yes, a lot of people did, and rightfully so. And they were saying even later, and if you were to watch a lot of the other plays, they were like, "Yeah, we screwed up on that one too." There was a lot of apologies being sent from them afterwards, and yeah, they did release a formal apology from Kyle. That was a lot better,
which is at least a step in the right direction.
It is a lot better, and they did undo all of the bans. Just across the board.
Officially, all bans are lifted.
Across the board. So there's no vagueness there.
Yeah.
It's just, there are none.
Yeah, because that's the thing is, Cal's apology actually reads like an apology.
Yes. Yes, it is a good apology, I would say. He is not stepping down.
No.
That is one thing. He is not stepping down. And I think one of the things we discussed last week, I don't think he can. Well, I think, like they said, he also handles the finances, which is...
Right now he does.
If he's financing... If you remove him, you remove money, which means potentially no convention at all.
I know.
So, but he is saying, like, he's not stepping down this year, but it is in consideration. He even said that he will be keeping that in consideration.
Yeah.
For future. Like, a lot of people are saying, if you can't handle this, can you really handle more? And they've also clarified that executive staff like Kyle and others will have no real hand in the convention itself.
They said in the future they are going. I saw that in one of their tweets. They're gonna.
Yeah, they're also continuing to. They're going to redo a lot of their policies or review and adjust their policies to make it more clear and give better separation between the two and stuff like that. Yeah, I think things are going a lot better now. They could have gone better then, but they didn't. But they are definitely doing better now.
Better now, but still not 100% where it needs to be.
No, but I think we're pretty close.
Yeah, I'm just waiting because some of the people who are wrong are still kind of also in a holding pattern, seeing how they because that's the thing is where they go from here. One apology is not quite enough at this point, especially since they made us weekly. We need to see actual change, and we need to see the changes being implemented. Not just saying, we need to see it actually happen.
Yeah, but stuff like that will obviously take more than a week to do.
So it's kind of that weird thing. Because I was like, because my thing was, I said on the podcast, and I also said it to them on Wednesday, was I'm not going at this point. And then I was like, okay, I'm now sitting, watching, and waiting to see how things go. Because if they actually make it all right and everything, and as I said, if everyone who feels wronged feels satisfied with how things go.
I was seeing a lot of those were responding. I think even Midnight was responding positively. So
yeah, I saw that.
Midnight's responding positively to all of this, and Midnight's
I saw her tweet. I don't remember. I know there's like one I saw an ex-staff member who said, "Yeah, I appreciate it, but I'm still not going to be staff anymore."
Yeah, that was the gaming lead.
Yeah,
electronic gaming lead said no. But wishes everyone well.
And Midnight's thing regarding changes are promised. Let's give them some time to make good on this. So it's just basically still waiting to see if they'll actually make good on the promises. Because it would not be great if promises are made and then nothing happens. Because I've seen that happen with like a bunch of stuff where we're going to change, nothing ever changes because they're just trying to get you to forget about it. So then then it's no longer a problem because you've moved on to the next thing.
Yeah. Things seem to be going in a good direction, though.
Yeah.
I'm
optimistic now. I wasn't going to Wednesday. I was pretty mad.
Yeah,
I woke up. I saw that. I was
upset.
like, "Are you kidding?"
I was hurt.
Yeah, Thursday. It's like as of Thursday, I was a lot more optimistic about how things are going.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I am optimistic about this, and I do. I am leaning to thinking that this will be resolved properly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think that's enough about that. Move on to what little rest news we have. In merchandise news, the Equestria Girls Choose Your Own Ending book The Star Swirl Do-Over, which had a listing a while back, I think we talked about, now has been updated with a synopsis.
New synopsis.
Yes, a new synopsis.
There was one, but it was really bare bones.
Yeah, it was really bare bones. So we have a more detailed one now. All the Equestria girls are excited to be at the Star Swirl Music Festival, but no one is more excited to see Post Crush, the most amazing pop duo ever, than Sunset Shimmer and Pinkie Pie. The only problem is, Sunset Shimmer is trapped in a time loop. She keeps reliving day one of the festival over and over, and she hasn't been able to make the right decisions to get to the big show. Help Sunset Shimmer find a way to figure out what kind of equestrian magic is behind this and make it to the Post Crush concert with her best friend so she doesn't stay stuck forever. So it's Groundhog Day.
I actually saw some fanfic about Sunset stuck in a time loop before.
I think there's been a couple of those.
With Sunset specifically.
Yes.
There's also, of course, Hard Reset for about Twilight. That was a great one. I featured a long, long time ago.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yep. Hard Reset, where she's fighting changelings and she's got a baseball bat.
Yeah. But yes, it's Groundhog Day. In comic news, iTunes has a preview for Friendship is Magic issue number 71.
It's all Halloween themed or Nightmare Night themed.
Nightmare Night, what a fright. And Equestria Girls News Part 5 of Rollercoaster of Friendship is up on YouTube.
The final
expected.
part.
Yep, it's the last bit. And Rollercoaster of Friendship should also be up on Netflix by the time you hear this.
Specifically, October 1st.
Yep, October 1st. And our final bit of news, a trailer for the upcoming holiday special is up on YouTube. And other places. But yes, a trailer is up and out there.
Up. And it also has the air date.
Yeah.
And time. October 27th at 1 p.m.
Might be Eastern. Is there a C on one of those times?
Yeah, there's a 12C. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Because Central's an hour behind.
9:10 Central is what it says.
It says 1 p.m. and then 12 Central.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 1
12
Eastern time, so that would be 10.
Yes.
10 o'clock for us.
We can math in this podcast. We know how to do that.
Yep, that's the end of the month. It's a little earlier than I actually thought. I thought it was going to be November.
There's some interesting stuff in the trailer as well. Deer.
Oh dear.
There's deer as well. Reindeer. Yes.
So is there
Reindeer.
a Santa Claus?
We'll find out. I would say, horses getting pulled by horses would be odd, but we've already seen that, so it actually isn't that odd.
Horse-drawn carriages.
Yeah. We've already seen that, so I guess it isn't that odd anymore. Yeah, it's still odd, but expected odd. Anyway.
Oh, and they fly.
Yes, and they fly. That's not odd. We've seen, except the reindeer would still be kind of odd, because they don't actually have wings. Except for Dash in that one. Except for Rainbow Dash in that one. They showed Rainbow Dash as a reindeer. That was cool.
Sure.
It was cute. Anyway, that is the news. Moving on, we do have a comic to talk about. We'll talk about that first.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Ponyville Mysteries, number 5. The final Ponyville Mysteries, apparently. That was kind of a short-lived series.
Yep.
Written by Christina Rice, art by Annie Skarbowska, and colors by Heather Breckel. In which, let's see, CMC go to the Carousel Boutique, and Rarity's panicking because Songbird Serenade's coming, and you got to make it look perfect. And now Rarity's going to wind up being new costume designer because her regular is out. And they have a little thing. What albatross? Abyssinia albatross.
Abyssinia albatross, which that's that one nation from the movie we learned about in the movie.
In which it's precious. It's rare.
It's a bird statue made of gems.
That's where the whole line is gonna be based off. Doesn't trust Rarity, and surprise, it's gone.
Art gets stolen.
So the CMC have to figure out what happened to it.
Who done it?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. That's it. I think that's largely for the most part. That's more we got with most of the Ponyville Mysteries. Is it's okay.
It's okay. Yep. I there's not jumping for joy over it, but it's not bad.
Just kind of like
it's just that was
again,
a thing.
it's hard for the reader to solve the mystery in this one because information.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is one thing I noticed. It's like
either A, you kind of figure it out immediately just from using non-narrative stuff, just your knowledge of mysteries in general or whatever. Like it's that person because it's always that person.
It's always that person. But yeah, that is one thing I actually had to, when reading. I remember I had to go back and check before because
There's
the
no
thing
real.
is Sweetie Belle's clue that she found. But I knew it because of this. Wasn't anywhere actually in the comics. I was like, wait, what? When did that happen?
Yeah.
The thing with the baggage.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, what?
It's just, I feel like the whole series as it is kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but we've
it
had
started
better
off pretty
series.
good and then just kind of went,
Eh.
yeah, the biggest thing is just I feel like it's not a properly structured mystery.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe because it's just short. They need to be a bit longer.
I've seen, there's this, actually, I don't think really length comes into it because way back when I was a kid, I read these book called 2-Minute Mysteries. It's these literally like 1-page long mystery stories, and you had to figure, there was clues within it to figure it out. I mean, some of them were not exactly well written. That's not a length thing. That's just a really weird leap of logic thing. But a lot of them were well written. It's like you could figure out what happened from the story. And it's only literally a page long.
Yeah.
It's also nice because
I think with this one is like almost half of it was just the setup.
Yeah, it was a lot of setup.
Probably could have been shortened on the setup.
Or, well, it wasn't quite half, but there was
not quite half, but it did feel kind of like the first part, the setup felt really long, and then everything else just kind of fell into place.
Yeah. It's just, again, I feel like a lot of these just failed on the fact that it's just the mystery. This is not as bad as one that was just really like, wait, what? Yeah, it's weird. It's just, I feel like, yeah, it's just kind of not well set up mystery because it's difficult for the reader to know what's going. That's part of a good mystery, I think, is just the reader should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Without having to just guess or just know the tropes.
As long as it's, like they figure it out when the mystery's first introduced.
Yeah, the reader should be able to figure it out from the clues presented, not because they guessed correctly, because they know tropes from other mystery stories. So again, they're just kind of all right, but largely skippable, I think.
Somewhat.
This completionist, really, or if you just like cute art, which they do have cute art.
They're not. I wouldn't say any of them were bad.
I never said they were bad, but
yeah, but I wouldn't say they're bad, but
they're inconsequential.
Yeah, inconsequential.
It's a great art, but stories are very hit and miss at best. So there you go.
There you go, I guess.
Ponyville Mysteries. It's a mystery why they're so...
Your mileage may vary. That's the comic. We do have an episode to talk about. We have Sounds of Silence. Quick synopsis. Fluttershy and Applejack get called by the map, because remember that thing still exists.
Oh yeah, the map.
To go out to a place called the Peaks of Peril to help with a friendship problem. Apparently there's a set of creatures called Kirin who apparently have a problem. So they go out and find the Kirin, and they're not talking. None of them talk.
Nope.
Except for one. Applejack goes and finds the one Kirin who is still talking and explains what is going on. Apparently they all took a vow of silence and dipped themselves in a spring that makes them unable to talk, because when they get angry and get into an argument, they turn into another creature, which I've already forgot the name of, but it's Kirin backwards.
Yurik.
That's what it is. And they burnt their village down last time it happened, so they took a vow of silence.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem. Applejack goes back to talk to Fluttershy. Fluttershy thinks, well, they have to not talk because they'll burn the village down. Have a discussion. They start having an argument, so the Kirin go to dip them in the stream to shut them up. And the talking Kirin, whose name is Autumn Blaze, not Autumn Breeze, shows up, saves them. They have a discussion, and they convince the Kirin to undo their vow of silence. But it turns out they need a flower that doesn't exist. But it turns out they actually found it in the beginning, and the scrolls reminded them. So everyone was lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
The end. Okay.
Okay.
This episode. I wanted more. I wanted more. Like, through what I thought was half the episode, I was really happy, and then I realized it wasn't half the episode. It was like 3/4 of the episode, and the ending all of a sudden happened. And that was it.
I noticed that too. It's just kind of...
It was just like, this is going really good. Wait, it's over.
And then it's done.
It's resolved. Applejack was right all along and didn't learn anything. Again.
Well, remember, they're the ones not really supposed to be learning so much.
I know, but still, it was just like, yep,
now.
Applejack was right. That was it. And I just, I was
the
expecting...
last one with the Fluttershy and Applejack. Fluttershy was more right.
Yeah.
Applejack was really being like, no.
Yep, Applejack was being stubborn on that one. But this one, I don't know, I think I think my expectations were a little bit different. I expected there to be, two separate groups. That's when I first saw it. I was expecting the Kirin and then a whole other group or something, and there was like more like what we saw last time with Hooffields and with these two. Two separate villages almost.
That was Twilight and Fluttershy.
Yeah, that was Twilight Flutter, whatever. That's what I was expecting out of this. Was two separate groups that they had to resolve. But no, it was just one. And basically they just said a few words and it was over. It was just like, that's it?
Oh, so it was like me last week with misunderstanding.
A little bit. Except
expectations.
that I hadn't seen spoilers going into it. Except that the Kirin were a thing. That was just what I got off at the beginning of the episode.
I mean, I saw the thing they showed off at Comic-Con with the song from this episode. So I knew that the Kirin and
I don't think I saw the song.
Yeah, I knew the thing with Kirin and Yurik were the same.
Yeah, well, I knew they were the same. I was expecting like you have one group that took the vow and another group that didn't, and that they were going to be trying to resolve between the two.
Well, technically, it was two groups. Just one of the groups consisted of one.
Yeah, because it wasn't what I was originally thinking, and I wanted more in the resolution. It was kind of anticlimactic, and that was my only issue. Other than that, though, I really like this episode. I like the Kirin, and Autumn Blaze is cool. And the song.
She talks a lot.
She does talk a lot, but...
You have no idea.
She does talk a lot, but it still follows. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And the song was really good. I loved the song.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I want to sing!
I'm gonna sing.
He can talk. I can sing!
Monty Python, right?
No, that was Simpsons.
Right, that was Simpsons. But there was, you can kind of say it's that one. That's not arguing about who killed who, because they did that too. I can sing. Bit there, I believe. Yeah, but yeah, it was great. Also, the subtle Wilson references.
Talking to her little hoop thing.
Yep.
And apparently made friends with the Shadow.
Yep.
And the take it away, boys.
Yep.
She suffered a little bit in isolation.
Yes. I think it was A Perfect Storm with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I think that was the name of the movie, Perfect Storm.
It was Castaway.
Castaway, thank you. Perfect Storm is a different one that involves similar things.
Yeah, Perfect Storm is the one with the boat.
Yeah.
And
Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Wilson!
Yeah. Autumn Blaze was voiced by Rachel Bloom, I believe. This is the one, finally. Yeah.
Yes.
This is the one where she finally that we finally got it. And also had a new writer.
Yes. It was just looking at that.
Greg something.
Gregory Bonsignore. I think that's how you pronounce the last name.
Sure. We'll go with that.
I don't know if the E is silent or not.
Yeah, like you said, it was the ending's really abrupt, and it seems that the pacing's really nice, and the ending just comes along. Here comes the ending! Wham! Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
The resolution is too quick, I think.
Yeah, it's weird because of that. So it's what was the other thing? Oh. Honestly, my favorite part of the episode was the bit with the conductor.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot about that. That was amazing.
It just keeps going.
It just kept going.
It just kept laughing. Oh, my God. Oh, it was just, yeah, it was, Rachel Bloom was on Blaze. Oh, Rainshine, the big one, the big Kirin.
Yes.
Nicole Boma. And the conductor, ticket taker, I guess they call him, was Ron Halder. So how about that? It was, I just love that, just because she stopped.
It's just
This is
hemming it
the end of
up.
the line.
The end of the line.
The final destination.
Stop. The final. Yeah, it's like, wow. Yeah, and then the maniacal
I think that's the thing,
laughter.
though. I'll be honest. I think it's part of, as much as I like it, I think it's part of why the pacing's so wrecked, because they spent time on him in the beginning with Twilight in the castle.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what helps wreck the
spent
pacing.
too much. I mean, it was good.
It was great, but yeah.
It's one of those. It would be fine if it wasn't stuck to 22
But
minutes.
at the same time, it's like it would be fine without that bit. But at the same time, if I would have
liked that bit,
I love
great.
it so much. And that's, you see that with a lot of movies and stuff where it's they talk about how we had to cut this scene, we all love it, but it doesn't work, so we have to cut and we hate it. We have to cut this thing.
Yeah, and honestly, the conductor, while it was hilarious, it was completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a conductor, but yeah.
Yeah, ticket taker pony apparently.
Yeah.
The other thing was when during the song Out on Blaze's play is the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh yes, that was that was great. Just basically, her song just included a whole synopsis of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
and had little scenes in there. I bet the animators and artists absolutely loved that.
Kirin trapped in a well.
Yes. Lassie references. So many little references all throughout here. It was great.
Yeah.
It was just hampered by the resolution, the abrupt
just
resolution.
going so fast because the whole thing was the gal turned to go on fire and stuff, and there she is. It's like I guess learn depends on how you feel anger.
Yep.
How you use that anger.
Basically, they decided no emotions is better than.
Yeah, because
which I've seen that before. Try to remember where I saw that before.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's just something. It's not the. It wasn't. I don't think it was in Pony. The village is close, but not quite. There's something where they said no emotions, just Vulcans.
I think kind of.
Vulcans kind of did that. That was like the whole thing between the Vulcans and the Romulans, because they're the same species. Just one basically said logic only, no emotion.
But there's something else too. I know that.
Yeah, I remember there was something else that did something similar. But it's just not there. I can't quite remember.
I also like the bit with Fluttershy and Applejack. A whole saying, "I figured out the friendship problem." Oh, you did? That's great. At the same time,
you go first.
And then we gotta help them talk. No. And then it turned out Fluttershy was wrong.
Fluttershy was wrong.
They only had
just too
pieces
scared
of
of the fire.
And the foal's breath flowers because they didn't look beyond.
Yeah, because it would have been really difficult to head out that far.
Yep.
Yeah, there was some interesting setup in the beginning that I think could have been a little bit. I don't know. It just ties into the weird abrupt ending, really.
Yeah, I think part of it is also like Fluttershy has to be useful. Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Had some squirrels.
Yeah, because that was really it. Fluttershy was just there to find the flowers, and by talking to the squirrels and helping them at the beginning, just so they could find them again. At the end.
I guess it made it so she and Applejack fought so that they had a proof of the anger thing.
Yeah.
They're fighting.
And then Autumn shows up and, how did you do that? I don't know. It was just, again, one of those abrupt things. Suddenly she knows how to control it.
Well,
and she said, I don't know. I guess it depends on
how you use it.
Yeah, because she's never done that before. All of a sudden she can do it. Just
I mean, that was the whole lesson about emotions and anger and all that stuff, particularly. But that the whole lesson about was, using, I guess, anger correctly.
Yeah, the moral I get, the lesson I get. I just like the expression where she can suddenly control the wall of flame, and she's never done it before. It's like kind of quick, again, with the quick things. But yeah, I do get the moral of it is being angry isn't bad.
Because I know a lot of there's been sometimes kids shows sometimes like to go into like anger is bad.
Yeah,
it's like
being angry isn't bad as long as you don't let it control you. Don't let it get out of control. Kind of a thing. You have to. There's proper ways to express your anger.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bottle it up. That's also bad. But that was a different episode that could have been done better.
A lot better.
But yeah, being angry isn't a bad thing. Just don't let it control you. But I liked it. Overall, I did like the episode. The ending is just really abrupt, but I like the Kirin. I do like they look good. I like the design. Their horns don't look completely ridiculous, like big orange things stuck to the top of them like a certain other creature. There are still big horns, but they fit the design.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is they're partially integrated into the design. I think better. They are kind of follow the slope of the forehead before going up.
Yes. It all flows well.
And they glow when they're, not the way that unicorn horns glow, but they glow when they're using their magic, which I guess they have magic.
Magic.
Yeah, because they need it, I guess.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Although we really only see them use telekinesis. I think. Pretty sure that's all we saw them use it for.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just basically lifting things up with their magic. That's all we saw them use.
Yeah. Don't know if they can do more or not. And apparently the Nerik have weird voices. Almost like a Royal Canterlot voice.
It wasn't really louder. It was just had an effect to it.
Yeah. It sounded louder, like it was more heavily projected.
Well, I think it was just only sound louder because she was yelling. Because when you're angry, you tend to yell.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, their designs and stuff, but
they have like lion manes.
I just thought of something.
What did you just think of?
Remember when Twilight lit on fire?
Interesting.
Wouldn't that be interesting if somewhere in Family Line there's a Kirin?
That would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
That would actually that would mean that her lighting on fire is an actual thing and not just something that the viewers saw for.
That'd be cool.
For effect.
Someone write that. That'd be cool.
Twilight's
part Kirin.
Great grandfather.
So she's not just 3 species, she's 4 species.
She has the Kirin in her.
Yep, somewhere along there. She sometimes lights on fire. I think that would just be cool.
That would be kind of interesting. I do like the designs.
Yeah.
Their ears are different. They have like lion manes.
The way their hair goes around, it just wraps around their head.
Yep.
Good thing they have them hanging loose, otherwise it look like beards. And yeah, it was just they have really nice designs. Kind of interesting. These are the Peaks of Peril.
Peaks of Peril. Yep.
Why are they named that?
Don't know. But, well, getting into them is perilous if you don't know the shortcut.
Yeah.
I was almost expecting a hop, skip, and a jump.
No, that's the thing. The Applejack going through all that hardship.
All that to get there, and then Fluttershy didn't follow.
Yeah. It has to go all the way back. Fluttershy. All the way back, and then trying to, come on, we gotta go to this Applejack! Yeah,
Fluttershy is yelling.
If you'd listen to me. That was the other thing. I think Fluttershy was there just so that would be an argument. So, well, yeah. Arguing. Yeah, the squirrels know a shortcut. Oh. I was caught up in adventuring.
Yep.
I can't think of else, really.
I can't think of anything else.
It was a fun episode, just...
Yeah. It
just stopped real quick.
It was a fun episode. It just stopped. I wanted to see a little bit more of a drawn out resolution to see him actually, deal with those things. But no, it's just like, nope, you're wrong.
Done.
Okay.
It's all done. We're done.
Yep.
Okay, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is a funny picture. Autumn plays, just smiling as text comes. Who wants to see a dead body?
So that's it.
Yep. That's it. Moving on to the last bit, we got fan content. And I have 3 songs I would like to feature, and they are all from the newly released Ponies at Dawn Enigma album. Yes, I'm just gonna go with that one because it's 72 songs. How can I not? Here we go. First one is Sweet by Faulty and John Kenza. This is so happy and so bouncy. I love this style of music. I love the energy in it. It's just fun. It just is. The whole side. I think they call it hands up, melodic, electronic. I think it's the hands up genre. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. But it's just so much fun. I love it so much. I like little AJ clips in there too. Yeehaw! It's just good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bouncy, nice melody. And the thing is, it's a good song that I don't have much to say about.
It's just I just really like these kind of songs. I love this artist. Next one, Going Lucid by Foozogz. Yes, Foozogz hasn't popped up in a while, but still likes to pop up for these compilation albums. This one is more bouncy and happy like the other one, except a lot more reserved, I would say. It's got that Foozogz energy that we've come to know and love, but it definitely is more of a reserved energy instead of the explosive happiness that like the other one was. But it's still really good.
Yeah, it's bloopy.
Bloopy?
Bloop.
Well, it's beep boop.
Yeah, bloop.
Yes. Well, it's Foozogz, so yeah.
Very high energy, and I do like the vocals plus their effects.
Yes.
When they pop up, kind of very subtly woven into a large chunks of the song.
And for the last song I'm going to feature, we're going to wind things down a bit with Will of the Wind by RoomVR, Mufaya, and Jetty. This one, unlike the other ones, is very mellow and relaxing. It's got a lot of nature sounds and it's just smooth, calm, mellow. It's kind of got this false ending in the middle. It's a long song, by the way. It's
yes,
like
it
7 minutes long. It's a long song. It's got sort of a false ending in the middle, like a breakdown thing. It's really kind of cool. It's got this like walking through the woods kind of noise. You hear the crunching under feet. I just like it. It's peaceful. And it has a sort of a hint of hopefulness, especially in the second half as things start building up again. It's got that emotion of calm, peaceful, but hopeful kind of a thing to it. I really do like it.
Right. Yeah, it's got great piano. Weirdly enough, the vibe I was getting was it's kind of more of a sad or bittersweet, which is weird for...
I get... Yeah, I guess I can kind of see the bittersweet part of it, but yeah, I get more of the. I think is where I get the hopefulness towards the future, looking forward to things, but
Right.
with the calm mellowness as well. I guess you could also have a bittersweet out of that as well. Saying as well a lot. Anyway, got any fanfics?
No.
No,
Nothing.
nothing. Wow.
There's one I'm considering, but I gotta sit on a little longer and think about it. Stuff about it I gotta think about because like.
All right, so no fanfics. I guess just music. But yeah, like I said earlier, that was all off the Ponies at Dawn Enigma album that just came out on Friday. 72 songs. It's over 5 hours. Pay what you want. It's a great album. I highly recommend checking them out. I haven't even got through all of the songs yet. But yeah, good stuff. Go check it out. Anyway, that is it. That's all we've got for this week. So if you liked what you heard, you can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony4011.libsyn.com. Remember that's spelled Libsyn. You can also find us on iTunes. Just search for Pony411. Go subscribe to us there to have it all auto-download. Go give us 5 stars as well. I think you can comment on our stuff there too. You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or use the mobile apps. Just search for our name. You know our name. You can also find us on Google Play. That's play.google.com/music, and then you can search for Pony411, and then you can find us. We're there. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pony411. Go subscribe to us there. Click the notification bell if you want to get notified immediately. Go comment on our videos and like them as well. We will read those. Even if they're videos from back in 2012. We still see those as well. We are also on Ponyville Live. Find us there amongst all of the other shows that they have. It will update automatically with the YouTube page. So if you look for other stuff, you can find us there. And we also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So tune in then. Or tune in whenever, because it's a great place to find cool pony music and live DJs and stuff. So check them out. If you would like to get a hold of us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions. If you have something for us to look at, send it our way and we'll take a look. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Like our page there. Send us messages. We'll read them. We post there when we have updates. You can also find us on Twitter. It is the best way to quickly communicate with us. It is @pony411. So follow us, tweet us, see us tweet random nonsense, or retweet memes that one of us makes. Yes. We did mention the Bowsette thing earlier this episode. So yeah. Tell us what you thought about this episode. Do you like Kirin's? Because a lot of people do.
Couldn't hold their excitement
really do.
Couldn't hold their excitement in.
Yep.
Had to talk about it before the episode aired in the U.S.
Yep.
Made it really difficult for people to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, especially on that. Especially with the Kirins. People really, really like the Kirins. Yes. You can also find our personal Twitter accounts. I am at Alca7raz with a 7 instead of T and an underscore at the end, and he is at Nemesis Prime 1. So follow us, tweet us there, see what we tweet when we do tweet, whether they be memes or otherwise.
Bowsette and toys.
Bowsette and toys.
Or, well, actually, I did retweet a Bowsette. But there's
I don't think
also
I have yet, but I don't
the
know
one
really
I
use
did, which
Twitter.
is not really Bowsette, but making a joke.
Referencing the Bowsette, yes. That is all we have for this episode. Hope you liked what you listened to. Hope you tune in next week. We talk about the next episode.
Father Knows Beast.
Ooh, boy. Yes.
Penultimate,
episode coming up then.
sort of, because the finale is 2-part, but whatever.
Yeah, however you want to think about that one. Either way, it's the one before the finale. So, hope you tune in then. But until then, remember, please, pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.